We haven't made any content featuring the Tesla Model Y here since we made the initial videos. I think the last one we did on this car was some of the key accessories that you should buy from factory for your Model Y. We receive countless emails every week with companies wanting us to check out their third-party accessories for the cars, and we've turned down every single one of them. It's just nothing that we've really resonated with or resonated with us, but we do have a few products here. This is the first company we've ever said yes to. So we've got a few accessories here from a company called Haloblk. Yes, they did send us these free of charge to check out, but the proviso that we said to them when they were sending us the products is that we will not guarantee that we'll make a video. We want to see these, get some hands-on time with them, and see if they're actually decent quality. If they are, we'll make a video. If not, they'll get sent back or sent into the back of the cupboard. But we're making a video here today. So I think what sticks out to me, first of all, for these is the packaging. Like, they are really nicely put together. The boxes here, and I think this is something that stuck out to me on the website, which is one of the reasons why we said yes, is that they're functional accessories that you really do need to have if you have a Tesla Model 3 or a Y. And I saw the boxes of these and thought, you know what, it looks like this company's gone to a bit of extra effort to put something together here. So why not say yes, check them out. And what they've sent us is a few things for the interior of the car. So we have a cup holder insert, which is key for this car, which we'll show you in a minute. We also have a center console organizer tray. Now this is something that Tesla sell from the factory, but this is a different variant of it. So I'm quite keen to check this out and just see if this would replace the OEM one that we picked up when we bought the car. Bit of an odd one here, some alloy pedals. So these are like pedal covers. Not sure if these are something that will stay on. I haven't actually opened these and had a look at them yet. But again, really nicely packaged, so we'll have a look at those. And then the final bit that we've got here is a roof sunshade. So again, it's another accessory that you can buy factory from Tesla. This one here, I believe, is white, I think, that they sent us. So it may clash a little bit with the interior, but the whole idea in that is just something that you can use to cover the big glass roof, especially if you're parking the car for an extended period of time. So let's hop in the interior. Let's have a look at this cup holder insert to start with first, because if you have one of these cars, you know how frustrating it is. By stock, your drinks do wobble all over the place. You do need something in there. So let's shoot inside and we'll give that cup holder a go. All right, so we're inside the Model Y cabin right now, and this is so frustrating. I really wish that Tesla had designed something better here, hence where third-party accessories come in. So your cup holders here, reasonable. If you've got, like, this is a 500ml can of drink. If you've got something like that in there, it's not too bad, but you get a lot of wobble still, even with a can of that size. Way worse, standard Red Bull can. You're not driving anywhere with that going in there. That is spilling all over the place. Where it gets decent, I mean, this is a very small Yeti cup, also no good if you've got a bigger one. So this is a 500ml. It's pretty much the only bottle that you can put in there. So this is the 500ml, so it must be the 16 ounce. That works fine. Everything else doesn't. Now, what I've been using to date is this really cheap, nasty accessory. I don't know who this is made by, but literally the way that that's worked is it slots in the middle there, and it gives you this functionality where it can grip on to a drink. So it still doesn't do a great job in there, especially with your smaller cans. But what it does do is if you've got a bigger bottle in there, it holds it in quite nicely. Now, what I don't like about this is it's just quite, I don't know, it's just average. The fitment, the material that's used on the top there, it gets stuck in there and you feel like you're going to break the interior every time that you use that. But you do need something. You cannot drive around with a drink in this car with nothing inserted in there. So that's where this comes into it, the cup holder. Now, what's quite nice about this is that when we actually go to open this up, I think this is a really nice touch. So inside here, on the top, you've got like a sketch on this really nice tracing paper. So basically, I don't know what the story is with this, if this was kind of from the development process of this product, but I think it's a really nice touch rather than just opening it and going straight into your product in there. You do have a little manual, obviously not rocket science, to insert one of these. And then you've got the product itself. So this is I think it's like a food grade or a medical grade silicon. What do they say on the pack here? Food grade silicon, okay, not medical grade. Food grade silicon with a retaining ring, key card design, and this fits the Model 3 and Model Y 2021 up. Really, really simple how this works. You pop it in there, push it down, and it's just a sleeve insert. So now you've got something in there that has your divider in the middle that is going to hold your drinks a bit tighter. Inside there as well, you do have the nibs. So if we pull it out again and you actually look in there, we've got some small nibs on the inside, which is going to help hold a drink in there. And then the other nifty thing I'll show you in a second, which is basically pointing out where to put the key card for the car, which is quite handy if you're handing over one of those key cards to someone who doesn't typically drive these cars. But what this does now is that we can put that 500ml drink in there. We do still have a bit of wobble. It's not great. It's not a tight fitment on that, but it's definitely not moving around as much as if you didn't have that in there. So doesn't work great. Red Bull can. You're still not going to want to drive around with that in there. But it does hold things like the Yeti can. This is the smaller one. Less movement in there. Had a Starbucks cup in there yesterday that fit really nicely. But you do start to get a bit tight on fitment. So now we're really not getting that past the nib. So bit of a frustrating product, right? I really like the fit and finish of it. I think it finishes this area off quite nicely here. I think the grey versus having like a black for this product works quite nicely, but it really limits. So we can put some drinks in there now that we couldn't previously, but now there's some drinks.
It's nice that it's silicone, right? So you can pull it out and you can clean it, because, you know, give that a week or so. By having drinks and stuff in there, you get condensation and dirt and grime and stuff starts to build up in there. So you want to be able to pull it out and clean it, because otherwise it looks like that now.
Well, that's how it's been for,
which is all dirty.
Car for 6-7 months.
So you've actually got to clean inside that, whereas you can pull that out now and you can rinse it under the tap or under the hose or whatever.
So this is probably not going to stay in here permanently. This is really nice for coffee cups. I find coffee cups fit in there really well. It's pretty decent for these 500ml drinks now, but there's really no ideal solution for your smaller cans in here unless you do end up with something similar to this that has these.
Does that fit in? No, it doesn't fit in there.
No, you couldn't put that in there as well. So
how you take this product and you make it even better is you make it so that those inside little nib bits are actually like movable. See how that plastic one that you've been using, see how that moves in and out?
Spring loaded, isn't it?
Which means that it's completely adjustable on the size of cup that you have. So it would be nice if that was like maybe hardened plastic or something like that with an insert that had the little feet that would move in and out so that you could actually adjust it to the size. So that would be something I'd recommend to make that even better.
Now, I mean, to be honest, you could drive around. That's not going to go anywhere. So you could let that kind of sit on the top of those nibs. It's just not going down all the way there. So that'd be all right. So I think this is going to be one of those accessories that I wish I could have in the car 100% of the time, but I'm not going to be able to because it's just not going to fit the majority of drinks that go in here, but it's going to do a heck of a lot of a better job. So the other feature that's been designed into this is quite nifty. So you've got this little piece here where it's pointing your card, and you've got like this insert here. So it's showing you the exact spot where you can put your card if you're using that to drive the car. Obviously, I use the Bluetooth key on my phone, but for someone who is handing their key off to someone else.
That happened to me the other day.
It did. You had no idea where to put it, right?
I had to pick it up from the glass place, and I was like, oh, where do I put this thing?
This isn't going to hold it tight in here, but it's holding it enough where it's not going to slide all over the place.
But if you told me put that key card underneath the plastic thing,
you're going to exactly know.
I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Bit strange, but makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So this here, I believe it's under $30 US from the Haloblk website. You can actually get 3 of the products we're about to talk about today for just a shade under $70. I think it's nice. It's really nicely designed. I think I give them props for that.
It definitely is better than what you would have stock, but it doesn't quite completely solve the problem. It gets you a chunk of the way there to make it better, but not like, wow, this is the one, you know?
Yeah, so it's going to stay there for now, but it's one of those products that, hey, look, depending on the drink that we're in the car, we might have to pull that out and just pop it in the door pocket. But I think most of the time it'll stay in there because the typical drink I'd have in here is probably this 500ml, which will fit there. It'll balance a bit, or a 500ml can, which is going to sit nicely in there as well. Okay, so the way these cars come stock is that in the, I guess in the compartment at the front here, so under here, you get nothing. So you've just got a big compartment, which is great. You got lots of storage in there. Tesla do sell some accessories that you can buy factory. which I did pick up, which is like a, it's like a black suede tray that sits in here. And there's some little rails in here as well, so it can slide back and forward. Now, I consider this essential. This is where I kind of have all the go-to stuff, right? You keep your change in here, your garage door opener. Really key to have that rather than having everything floating in the bottom. So Haloblk also sell an accessory that you could put in here. And I guess the question is whether this is going to be superior to the factory option that we have. So
is that a factory-made Tesla part?
This is a factory-made Tesla part, much like in this compartment here as well. You also have another tray here. So you can buy those. They come as a pair from Tesla. This here is available from Haloblk in 2 different options. Well, there's actually 4 variants. So you've got grey, which I assume will be the same as this, or white. And then you've got 2 different designs as to how
grey or black.
What's that?
Does it not come in black as well?
No.
So grey and black?
No. It's grey and white.
Grey.
Colour options.
Oh, right. I thought there was a black option.
No black option.
You sure? Check the website.
I'll check the website. On the fly here, eh?
On the fly.
No. Colour, white or grey.
Go back to the picture of it.
A or B.
Yeah, see, that looks black underneath.
Yeah, but that's potentially an insert that goes underneath.
Ah, right, okay. So I thought that was like grey on top, black on the bottom.
No, you've got grey or white. And I imagine there's a
an insert. Okay. See, I
You're just jumping the gun a bit there.
Oh, well, you know.
Calm down. Excited
Okay, you're
for this
correct.
accessory.
My mistake. Apologies.
So, grey or white, 2 different designs. Design A or B. I would imagine, based on the box here, that we've got this kind of triangle looking design, which I don't think is the one that you want, but let's pop it open, see what we've got. Again, you got like the schematics as well, the trace. I think that is super cool. It's
different,
like
isn't it?
Yeah.
This sort of reminds you a little bit like Apple packaging on a bit of a low scale, but it's better than just popping the product in the box and saying, here you go, here it is. I think they've done a good effort on their packaging, so credit to them.
That is really nice. I think it's a great touch. Again, little instruction manual. I mean, they've done a good job at explaining everything here. They've got the exact dimensions, all sorts. You don't need that for something like this though. And then look at that, we haven't been sent the one on the box. So the box shows the triangle design. We have been sent the, I guess the squared up design.
I think that's the better option. Definitely those compartments give you a little bit more flexibility with what you can put in there. And you're right, that tray is black at the underneath.
So you've got
sits in a tray there,
which is actually quite nice because potentially you could put, I mean, what can you put down there? Notes, like money.
Yeah, I suppose so, if you want to hide it underneath.
Yeah, and then you sit that on top. So,
but I wonder if that tray just helps keep that rubber mold like that, you know, just helps to give it some rigidity. You look at
this, right, and you've got the plastic on the bottom, so this probably just gives it that rigidity so it sits in there nicely. And again, you've got that food grade silicone. You're going to be able to easily pull this out, put it in the dishwasher, give it a scrub, keep it clean, because one of the frustrating things about the stock one is you end up with all these crumbs and stuff in here, and I found the only way to clean this is you've got to vacuum it, but then you've got to get a microfiber towel, spray it, and you still end up with stuff all over the place on here. So let's pull that out and pop this in. So it runs obviously long ways in here. You know what, the first thing I've noticed about this, look at that sliding.
It seems to slide a bit easier than the other one, eh?
The other one grips on a bit more.
That would be that suede on suede though.
It is. So
suede on suede as opposed to suede on plastic.
The potential benefit to the stock one here is if you had this halfway, absolutely floored it, this isn't going to move in here. So it'd be interesting to see after driving for a little bit in here, if you don't have this pushed one way or the other, whether that will move around. Drive. I mean, you do have to push it with a bit of force, but it is sliding around a bit nicer in there. So guess what we've got in here as we pull it out. So we've got a few different compartments. Now, my understanding here, this is quite cool, right? They've actually labeled what things are. General kind of catch-all, you could put anything in there. What have we got here? Like a little tub of Vaseline that sits in there nicely. Same goes with like a garage door opener. You could probably put that in there. It doesn't really slide around too much as well.
Sort of anti-slip, isn't it? That's part of that that silicone sort of feel.
You've got like a
grippy one.
Grippy one. I don't know what you put in there, maybe coins. Help them stop slipping around a little bit. You've got one here for cards. You'd have to have quite a few cards in there so it's sat nice and tight, but business cards, key cards, etc. And then this one here looks like a sunglasses holder. So, I don't know, let's take the shades off and see how that works. That's quite nice. That's nifty. There is nowhere in this interior to put sunglasses.
That is actually quite cool.
That's really well designed.
What happens if you put them the other way? Does it work the other way? Or
I think that'd be too... I mean, because it's hooking over here.
Yeah, but hook them over flip it up? And put turn it around. Now put it in.
Still works.
Better the other way. Yeah,
better the other way. You want to put them in there just like that.
That's actually really nice. A lot of cars, well, not a lot of cars, but some of them up around the rear view mirror, like up there, there's like a compartment that pops down.
Yeah.
The Audi's got one actually, and you put your sunnies in there, which I do quite like.
Yeah, this car definitely lacks that. So, I mean, that's quite a nice touch there. I mean, I'm looking at these here. What functionality am I losing out on? I feel like you get more storage in here because it runs deeper into the compartment. And you would have noticed just there, like this one, you can pop in and pop out really easily. Whereas this one in here, easy to go in. When you go to pull it out, you do have to pry it a bit more.
Because it's a bit bigger.
Just because it's a bit bigger. But, I mean, if I had to move everything that I had in here across into here, I mean, I can go, I mean, you can set this up any way you like. I could put those in there, chuck all of the coins on that little compartment there. Got some tweezers in here, goodness knows why. And what else do we have? Garage door opener in there. I mean, that there, to be honest, I'm pretty happy with that. I think you'd struggle now to put your sunglasses in.
Well, I think you'd have to just reserve that just for sunnies,
that's for sunnies on that side. So you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to need to move these into the other side and have this free for sunglasses, which you could easily do.
It would be nice if actually you could have sunnies on both sides, so for you and your passenger.
Yep.
And then the middle bit was like a tube that you could put all that stuff in. Like
yeah, like have a channel that runs down the middle.
Yeah.
Now, the other design of this, so that triangle looking one.
Well, it's on the front of the box there, so just flip it over.
Well, it is, yeah, you're right. So you have the sunglasses holder, the cards kind of going on the side. Do you know what? Actually, looking at this now, I don't think that would be a bad one to have, because you could use this area here. Mind you, you're getting that in the secondary compartment on this one here, aren't you? Benefit to this as well. Well, it's not really a benefit, but I mean, you could put this in either way. I don't know which way you want that to go, actually. It does have like a little
hook there.
Yeah. I think it's meant to go that way. Yes, it is. I had that around the wrong way. And the reason is, when you've got that in,
it sits a bit nicer on the side.
It sits a bit nicer, so you can slide it nice and easily. Where's the way and actually look, that comes out.
That comes out a bit
easier. With it this way here, and I think it's because of this little tab which is stopping it.
Show us the tab here there.
It's just stopping it from banging in. You can put it this way, which is fine, but yeah, I mean, you've still got the gap there to be able to pull it out. But I think the way that you have this is set up like this. Let's put our little bits and pieces back in here. Turn that around. I'm actually really happy with that. I think that that is miles ahead of this stock insert that you buy from Tesla. And then the other benefit to this is I can take this out, pull this, I can clean this, and I do have this storage here, which is a little bit hidden. So you could put, if you had some money or some cards that you wanted to keep hidden in the car, you could put those.
Does that plastic tray fit in the armrest one?
No, I don't think it will. Highly doubt it. No.
What about the other way?
No, there's no way that's working. That's a completely different size. So,
do they make one for that compartment?
They don't, but there's a challenge, Haloblk. I think that if you guys had a compartment like this that we could put in here, because the Tesla one is just one bin. It'd be really nice to be able to separate it out. Doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm actually really happy with that. That is going to replace the stock one for me. I like the extra compartments in there. I think that's a really nifty way of doing it. Props to them. And do you know what? I think the grey for me, grey's nice. Would have been nice if they had a black option as well. Go grey, white, black. But
well, that's just going with the interior option here. So we've kind of got, close that drawer. So we've kind of got grey, and they haven't really matched the grey with that, but you've also got the black interior. So if that insert was black, that would look quite cool. You know, black on grey would look quite nice. And then the same with that tray, like that would just match really nicely in there. That would kind of make it look a bit factory. You know how the other one suede, the black suede?
Yeah, yep. I think
just
right.
to tie it in, you know, just to give another option. I don't think white is the option here, but if you had the white interior,
the white would be quite nice. But the white interior also comes with this same kind of silvery tint,
okay.
So it's not going to make too much of a difference. And this is hidden. That's always closed. The only time I open that is if I'm grabbing something out from there or pulling into the garage and I need to get the garage opener. So I like that. I really do like that. That's going to stay in there 100% of the time. This will probably be in here 50% of the time, but it's easy enough to pull out and clean, or pull out, put in the door. So those are the two kind of organisational
there's some pretty good
pieces.
solutions there. Yep.
Yeah, I like those. And then we've got the final piece, which is the, I guess the final piece of the 3-part kit that you can buy from them, which has the cup holder, the insert here, and then the pedal covers. Kind of a weird combo to put pedal covers with the organisational stuff, but let's open those, take a look at them. All right, so the final accessory are the alloy pedal covers. Now you can get these in 4 different variants. So I think one of them has like no prints on them, another one says on, off, another one has like a, I don't know.
Like a fuel gauge that goes from like faster and then slower.
I think they call it like the Regen design one. And then you've got a Haloblk option, which has some like little designs on it. But essentially what these are alloy covered pedals, or pedal covers. Again, that really nice touch. Like, this is super cool. Props to the company for doing that. That is nifty. I really like that. And we've got the on-offs. So to be honest, I probably would have preferred just the blank ones with nothing on them.
Oh, and you can get like the Haloblk logo on there, I think.
Yes, you can. Yep. So, guess what we've got here? So you've got the 2 pedal covers there. They're very light. You've got the grip on the bottom, grip on the top. They are very grippy. I was just saying to Glenn off camera, I don't know if you need something like this because the pedal covers in there are already really grippy by themselves, but I think this just adds a bit of a nice touch. And what it looks like here is that you've got a couple of little clips in it. I guess it just wraps around the pedal. You've got this like pliable rubber on the side. Same goes with your
that is going to clip on really, essentially.
Clip on, yeah. Right, so it just looks like to attach this, I think we just kind of put it here and then imagine if I sent us flying through the we went in park, sent us through the garage door. It's quite awkward to attach that actually. I think you're putting it there and then
so you're putting on the bottom first and then trying to stretch it over the top, is that the deal?
Top, yeah, it's kind of what it looks like here. It's a bit awkward. I feel like you need to, there we go, got it. So the trick on there is to pull these tabs outward, and then you just really need to put some force into pulling it up very, very slowly, and it fits nicely around the edge there. So that is on. And
then you can grab your phone, flip your camera around, and then you can just see underneath to see if it's on, all good.
Yeah, best way to do that is literally exactly what Glenn said. Go into selfie mode, hold it on there, and then you can see how it's fitting underneath. Obviously with the light behind us here, it's made a bit tough, but that's on there nicely. Easy way to work out whether you've got that attached properly. Okay, so we've got that first pedal cover on, the accelerator, and that was quite tough to get it to ply around there, but it's fit on there really nicely. Like, that's not coming off now. Now with the brake, don't make the mistake that we just made, which is trying to stretch this and place it over here, because we were really struggling. We were looking at it like there is no way that this is going to work. Unlike the accelerator, this here has a cover that I did not know came off, so that's removable. And when you look at the back of this, it is a very similar design, except on the Haloblk one, you've got the little pull tabs to make it easier to attach this. Rubber wise, like on here, it's not overly pliable, very pliable on the Haloblk. So I hope that that's not going to interfere in any way with the safety of this on there. I'm sure it won't, but just to note, it is a lot more pliable on this one. And then essentially you're just pulling the tabs out. Once you pull them out and up at the same time, so do our best there. And again, just a bit of force, more force than you'd probably think you'd need to put to get this across. Because you're wanting these to tuck nicely around the corners. And it looks like a little bit more at the top there. It's just folded under. There we go. So in the end, easy as that to put that pedal cover on. Just don't make that initial mistake that we did. We were trying to stretch that over that, and it was like, there is no way. But nice little touch. I think it just adds that little bit extra to the interior. As I said earlier, would have been nice to just have the blank ones, I think. I think the on-off's a bit naff, but I mean, they give you 4 different options to purchase these, so I think it does give you an option, just depending on what your style is and what you're going for your interior. So huge thanks to Haloblk for sending a few products our way. As I said earlier in the video, these were provided free of charge. We get so many emails from so many different companies. It seems like it's the hot thing to do right now is to make accessories for Teslas. I mean, these cars are the #1 EV in the world, so no doubt a lot of people are making accessories for them. We do have a couple of other bits that we do want to try on the car from Haloblk, but again, as we said earlier in the video, we're not going to make one if we don't think that they're decent products. Now, we were able to kind of have a little bit of a look at the accessories for the organisational side in the cup holder. That was our first look at the pedal covers. I think if I was making a recommendation on these, I would absolutely buy the organiser for the interior. Cup holder, you need something, so you may as well pick this up, but there may be better products out there as well. Pedal covers, I'll probably skip them. They were a bit challenging to put on. I think they're a little bit naff, but yeah, I'd highly recommend the organisers for the interior. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you're interested in more videos like this. And as always, we'll bring it to you exactly as it happened, even if we make ourselves look like idiots with things like the pedal cover installation. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.